Hey guys, Goddess of Fire Tarot 128. I oh look, I just got stuff all over. No, you can't see it. I just wanted to come on. I guess it's not necessarily again not a reading, but an experience I had that I felt that I wanted to share. Today has been a um emotionally challenging day, and I was just going like over some things that I've been feeling. You know, my pick a cards that I do for Instagram, I typically also do a pick for myself, or I choose for myself, or better, I'd rather not say how I choose. But I get the cards for myself as well. And today's cards for myself left me feeling a little perplexed as to my journey, I guess. Um, what it is that I want to do and accomplish in this world. So, I was watching something on Instagram earlier, and I don't remember what. I don't, you know what? I don't even know what the movie was, or if it was a movie. It was somebody who had videotaped or recorded something from TV, so it was from their phone. And it had the guy in it from the Tyler Perry movie where, oh, what movie was that? Where he left his wife, the bald headed guy. He looks like a milk dud. Sorry. And he left his wife for a younger woman and then ended up needing her in the end. But at the end of that video, it the question was asked, um, what is the meaning of life, or what really is the meaning of life? So I looked that up to get what, you know, the web has to say. And I'll go, okay, so um so what is the true meaning of life? Giving something back to the world through creativity and self-expression. The ability to change our attitude when faced with a situation or circumstance that we cannot change. Live life meaningfully. So I asked myself, what gives my life meaning? What do I want to leave in this life? What legacy do I want to be remembered for? And that went directly with the cards that that had channeled for myself earlier, um, with regard to my life. One of the cards was make a plan, and in seeing that card, make a plan, and I'm thinking, make a plan for what though? For what? There's so many different things that I want to do, um, ways that I want to help others, ways that I want to live my life with my family. So I've been pondering on what is it that I really want to do with myself. So the second thing I wanted to say with regard to the video I was watching on Instagram, when the question was asked, you know, what is the true meaning of life? I looked at my phone and it was 2:22, and my phone was on 11%, which is 2. Well, 11 is a manifesting number, which I typically wouldn't break down, but it's 4 2s. So then I was scrolling through this book and I was looking for something, and it stopped on one of the dates was September 22nd, 2000. Yeah, September 22nd, 2000. So I was like, wow. And it made me think about February. Sorry, it's supposed to be February. It made me think of February 22nd of last year. And I wanted to share this story. So last year, I had been suffering with some issue with my ear. There are apparently these tubes in your ear that go from one ear to the other. And if the little flap opens, things can get inside. So I had a large amount of wax in those tubes because I would use peroxide in my ears to, get the wax out. But for whatever case, there was a large amount of wax in those tubes. And last year, the very beginning of last year, even into a good portion of last year, was very debilitating for me. Um, Very debilitating. It was uh, it was hard to hear. Like the sound muffled. Um, there was pain, depending on because the wax was just coming out on its own. So I would use heat and stuff on my ears and on my head, and I would use those wax, the earwaxy things for the heat to generate for the wax to come out. But it was a very slow process, and sometimes painful. Sometimes it irritated my sinuses. Sometimes it gave me really bad headaches. Um, I couldn't hear as clearly as normal. So my kids and my husband would need to really speak louder around me. It was like a really tough time, and I went through it for quite a long time. And one day last year, it was February 22nd, I was in the shower, and taking a shower was one of my worst experiences because the water would get in my ear and just make it that much worse. And I would cry and cry and cry. I would have to go for drives just to clear my head. I would go for walks a lot just to clear my head. But this particular day, I was taking a shower and I was meditating in the shower. And one of my forms of grounding, there are many, but one of the forms of grounding that I would use was in the shower. I would imagine my legs as two tree stumps. And I would imagine them going through the floor of our second floor, going through the first floor, and going through our basement, which is concrete, and then going into the core of the earth, and knowing that I was connected I'm connected to everything. So this particular night, oh, let me also preference, I have spiritual protection over my home, and I have ancestors and guides and deities that also protect my home. So in terms of negative energy getting inside my house, is nothing that I worry about. Very well protected. And this particular day when I'm in the shower and I'm doing this meditation, um, there were little black entities. There were like 4 or 5 of them, and they were coming near my legs, the tree stumps that were supposed to go into the ground. They were going past my legs, and they were chopping at my legs, or chopping at my foundation. And I initially was thinking to myself, like, what the hell? Like, who is sending me negative energy? What is going on? And as I'm showering and I'm thinking to myself, my house is protected. There's nobody that can send anything in here that's going to cause us any type of negativity. And I realized that that wasn't something that was brought in from the outside. That was something that I brought in, something that I manifested, a fear of my own. And once I realized that, then my next step was to start investigating what it is within myself that is causing me to have these feelings of doubt, these feelings of fear, these feelings of insecurity. And I know at the moment I was going through some really tough stuff, but what was I allowing to enter into my space? So I said all that to say that sometimes we have to really take a look at ourselves, look at our insides, our actions, our thoughts, the words that we say, the things that we say to others, the things that we say to ourselves. We have to take an account and be accountable for what we put out into the atmosphere and what it is we allow to come in. And I think that was all I wanted to say, actually. I'll pull some of these cards, but I just thought it was like really important for me to say, because sometimes we are going a tyrant of accusing others of, doing negative things to us, or if some things that are happening to us are of the negative nature, we typically think that there's someone that is sending it to us, or someone is sending us bad juju. And that sometimes is the case. But we have to also realize that the energy that we are putting out, or the fears that we hold within, those also seep out into little dark entities that invade our space. And since that day, I haven't had those entities, but I also do, like I said, several different grounding meditations. So I just thought that was interesting to share. So the card we have out is Seek. This could be the need to seek some understanding, seek a deeper meaning, go on an inner quest, a quest that you take alone, a quest that doesn't involve the outside world, it doesn't involve the TV, it doesn't involve anything other than ourselves and our thoughts. Transformation at the bottom, transforming those energies, transmuting those energies into something positive. Although I was going through that experience, I was able to, one, get through it. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about what it is I'm capable of enduring. Also, going through that experience, it made me appreciate being able to really hear, and not having to say, God, you got to speak up, I can't hear you. But I appreciate being able to breathe and smell, and it gave me a deeper appreciation for those senses. And I am almost sure, I am actually positive, that that was to help me with regard to my spiritual gifts in the future. I sometimes smell things that aren't even in the room, and I know that those are messages from the divine, that there's something I need to pay attention to. Or like one time I smelled nail polish remover, and there was nobody in the kitchen using nail polish or the remover, but I knew that something was going to be leaving my life. I once smelled dead flesh, rotten flesh, and I knew that something was dying in terms of either a person or a situation, an energy. Baby poop. It made me feel like somebody was full of shit. But there are different things that I smell, even see. And that was another thing. Like the clarity in my sight when, you know, it was the wax was removing itself. Everything was brighter. I would say to my husband, "Oh my God! Like I don't know why. Just it looks so much brighter in here." And that was when, and it was like very debilitating because there's a certain angle that I had to be at for it to work its way out. And it was not, that was not the case. I was still having to, do my pick a cards and readings when I could, still provide for the family in terms of cooking and, well, they helped in that way. But I still had to do my part in this world. And like I said, it allowed me to see how strong I really am. I'm gonna get one more. Oh, look, we got feather again. That came out earlier. Look, relax is at the bottom. So, um, in being able to seek the answers that you need, there needs to be an energy of relaxation. Not necessarily with the drinks, maybe some water or something, but you need to be able to relax your mind, relax your body, relax your spirit. Just if meditation is not your thing, and it's not always my thing, but I find things that relax me, that take my mind off of the everyday challenges and conflicts and tribulations that we go through. This no here. Maybe you need to say no to something. There's a door here. So there's something but the door, the glass is broken. It's like you've closed the door to something, but you're still allowing it to come into your existence. Like, what's the use of? It's almost like that saying where when you're saging, but you're saging with the windows down, so the energy doesn't have anywhere to go. It can't be released. This is like you closed the door to something. You said no, I don't want it, but you still have this broken glass here, so it's coming back in. And this need to trust, I believe it's to trust yourself, to trust your inner guidance, to trust your inner wisdom. And this feather keeps coming out. So this could mean, again, this is relaxation, but this is just enjoying the moment, being happy, not worrying about what's happening tomorrow, but just enjoying what it is that's going on right now. But I also feel like this is a message. And you might see this with regard to like birds, or maybe you're finding feathers around. But, and melt. Melt could be having to like burn a candle. I burn candles almost every day. And I typically have no real intention other to say thank you. Candles also just relax me, so candles could be a relaxing thing for you. My son came in yesterday and asked me about my candles, and I told him if I could, I would have a room full of them all over. So that could be a relaxing thing for you. With the word melt there, there may be a need to melt away some type of insecurities, melt away some type of fears. But lighting a candle or doing some type of candle intention might be what it is that you need to do. But relax. And I think it's so dope that um, Re- Relax came out twice in this one, and Miracle came out twice in the last one I did. So I think that's pretty dope. Um, anyway, that is all I have to say. Thank you. Oh, could you even see these cards? Oh, sorry about that. Thank you very much for listening. I hope this was helpful to someone. And I appreciate you. Thank you. Bye.